Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Just make sure you're awake. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Short Shifts. Wednesdays, we do the shifts that are short, 10 minutes on the clock. Toph has no idea what I'm going to ask him, and neither do I, because actually Toph is the one who's asking the question today. So you know that he knows. And Wednesdays are sponsored by Skate Tech. Skate Tech Sharpening Equipment and Repair brings you NHL quality service at an affordable retail price. All of my pro guys in St. Louis drive across the border to Illinois to work with this guy. I'm telling you, he is the man. I personally know him. With over 23 years of sharpening and equipment, customizing experience, Skate Tech serves as your personal equipment manager, providing the highest quality skate sharpening, blade profiling, team uniforms, and equipment alterations available on the market today. Let Skate Tech help you take your on-ice performance to the next level with the edge the pros just trust. Man, it was good until that part. Check us out at skatetechsharpening.com for more information. Toph, take it away.
.com. In Chicago. All right, Vex, I have a phenomenal short shifts today.
Ooh.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, what do you got?
So I always had it for my teams as a goal, a process goal, to win the third period.
Ooh.
We are a team that's going to win the third period. And so I wanted to ask you, like, what are some important you have a lead. Okay, you have a lead in the third. What are some important things that we should be communicating with our teams? Should we be doing anything differently? Should we be playing the same way? I know there are coaches that have different takes on that. I want to know, how do you win the third period when you got a lead?
Well, I hate playing not to lose. I think that's the quickest way to lose when you play not to lose. So obviously you don't want to play recklessly, but also you want to play the same way that got you the lead. I would assume for the most part, that's usually going to be what you're going to do. The only thing that might change is if it's like if it's a championship game, there's a little bit more on the line. Maybe your forecheck goes a little bit more conservative. Maybe it doesn't. I also think that this part of it has to do with your makeup of the team. Who's on the team? What's their mindset? You got a bunch of killers that like stepping on throats when the game's on the line, or are you a team that like hasn't won in a few games and you can tell that they're like a little bit squeamish. However the things were going that year, I would coach maybe a little bit differently, but I'd say the biggest thing is don't play not to lose. That's the quickest way to lose and to give up goals. Don't play not to lose. And again, and this comes back to everything. Details matter. And in the third period, they're exacerbated, especially if you're up only a goal. So like you make sure that you're on the right side of the puck so that you're going to be closer to your net if you have to back check. If you're dumping it in, you make sure you keep it away from the goalie. Like the details become even more important. But other than that, like, let's go out there and step on throats. Let's make them quit. Like, don't go out there sheepish.
I love that. And I love two things that you just said. One is you have to play to win. You can't play not to lose. As soon as you start to play not to lose, you lose all of the mojo that got you the lead in the first place. 100%. I'm with you. And then the other one is make them quit. I love that. I like when you play for a team that is relentless and physical and wears other teams down. There are points during the game when you can look across the ice at the other team's bench and be like, we got him. You know what I mean? Have you been on teams like that?
Oh, it's my favorite thing in the world is looking into another man's eye and being like, I'm beating you. I'm better than you.
And you know it.
Winning. And you know it. That's why I play sports.
Yeah, 100%. I do think, honestly, from Bantam hockey and below, do not do anything differently. Zero. None. Nothing. Like, keep on it, keep on it, keep going, keep going. Once you get to midget hockey, because I think midgets, like, part of your job, at least for AAA, right, is to like prepare the kids for the next level. And
Amen.
and in junior hockey, um,
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not so secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
The secret is out. With millions of younger-looking customers across the country, Plexiderm is one of the most highly sought-after products on the market. It visibly shrinks under-eye bags and smooths out crow's feet in minutes, and the effects last up to 10 hours. Influencers love it, magazines feature it, and people just can't get enough of it. As a matter of fact, Elle Magazine gave it an Editor's Choice Award as Best Instant Wrinkle Filler for 2025. In as little as 10 minutes, Plexiderm reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and those dreaded under-eye bags. So yes, you can look years younger in minutes, and the effects last for hours. No surgery, no gimmicks, just results. The best news, you can try Plexiderm for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Don't wait. Order Plexiderm today. Visit plexiderm.com/special. That's plexiderm.com/special. Paid for by Sheer Science.
you might have a coach that wants to play a little bit more, let's call it conservatively, right? Like, and so teaching some principles in that, like, I'm not saying, like, if it's my team, like, I'm still playing the exact same way that we were going to play. But maybe there's a blue line decision that we would make a little bit differently, or things like that. Maybe it's a chip out of our own zone to get the puck out of the zone when there's under 5 minutes, left to play in the third period. Little things like that matter at the next level. But one of the things, honestly, do you know what the easiest way to not allow a team to score is to do?
Play in the offensive zone.
100%. Don't give them the puck. Like, when you get extended ozone shifts in the third period, when you're up a goal or two, there's nothing that sucks the life out of a team more than that, especially if it's their top line. If it's their top line and they spend 60 to 70% of their shift without a puck touch in the D zone, like that, in terms of like morale, like, see you later. And so, like, if I'm a coach, I'm talking about, hey, let's play in the ozone, right? Like, let's play in the ozone. Let's play in the ozone. Let's play in the ozone. Again, it's not, hey, let's sit back and let's not make mistakes. No, let's continue to be aggressive and let's go grind them down, wear them down in the ozone. If they're 200 feet from our net and they're having to defend, they ain't going to score.
100%. And we talked about this on our last short shifts, maybe, about out changing teams. And like, this is where it's very unselfish, where you've been out there 20, 30 seconds and you start to cycle that team and you guys are up a goal. This is where that offensive zone change, this is where you win games, and this will get you wins in playoffs too, is out changing teams, changing the offensive zone, especially if their number one line is in the D zone. And now, because you're out changing them and outsmarting them and having such good changes that you have fresh guys constantly revolving through while their best line gets stuck in the D zone, you're going to tire them out. And that's going to make them less efficient in that last minute or 2 minute push when they're going to pull the goalie or whatever. So it's like, you can really drain a lot of energy and, like Toph said, emotion and life out of their bench too. 100%.
Yeah. It's a war of attrition, man. And the line changes thing is so incredibly important, right? Like, it's so incredibly important. If your team changes better you're going to have more energy in the third period than the other team. And the other thing is, like, if you want to be a really good third period team, that's not a mentality in games thing. That's a mentality in practice thing. Like, how hard are you working as a team in practice against each other? Aerobically, anaerobically, getting the heart rate up, like battling against each other and things like that. Like, you don't win in the third period just on Friday and Saturday. You win in the third period at 6 a.m. on Monday morning. You win in the third period on a Tuesday battle day in practice. Like that's really where you win, I think, anyway. That's where that mentality starts.
100%. And even in the summer when you're, doing repeated sprints or you're doing hard stuff in the gym and you're tired, but you're still finding a way to give your all and rip at the end of those hard workouts. That's where you teach yourself mental toughness. And then that starts to shine and you're able to bring that onto the ice in practice. And then you're able to sustain intensity levels for an entire practice. And then you're able to sustain them in more games throughout the year and win more games and play deeper into playoffs and be on a winning team. And all the scouts want the players that are on the winning teams. So it's like everything we always talk about, everything matters. How you do anything is how you will do everything. So if you're quitting at the end of drills and practice, if you're skipping workouts, if you're letting your intensity drop and doing the fake hard run at the end, instead of actually gassing out and pushing yourself where you get that extra 1 or 2%, you're not going to be able to do it at the end of the game here when it really matters.
Yeah. Last thing too, because I know we only got a minute left, but we had a rule at Cornell when I was a player and as a coach. Like, once you get under 20 seconds in your own zone in the third period with a lead, no rules. There's no rules. If you have to tackle somebody in front of the net, it doesn't matter. If there's a face-off and a power play.
20 seconds left in the whole game.
In the whole game.
Okay, gotcha.
Like if you have to tackle somebody, if you have to slash somebody's stick out of their hands, if whatever you have to do to keep that puck out of the net, like there's no rules. The worst thing that happens is a 6-on-4 face-off with 10 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
Which, when is a team ever going to score off a face-off 10 seconds? Very, very rarely, right? And so that was always a fun one. No rules. We'd be shouting it from the bench. No rules.
And if you think about it percentage-wise, you see guys who a puck kicks out on a rebound and they don't murder the guy, like Toph is saying here, and they wind up scoring. Well, that's like you're almost guaranteed to score there. But you take that penalty, 6-on-4, they got to win the draw. They got to get the shot through. Yeah. Play the odds, guys. Play the odds. Don't be a bad bro. Share that show.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.